Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beer reviews. Today we're going to be trying a good old classic beer. This is Sierra Nevada's Pale Ale. Now if you haven't ever heard of Sierra Nevada, you'll certainly see their bottles in the supermarket somewhere. They're kind of ubiquitous across all places, and that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. If you go on their website, they've got a really great video about how they set up the brewery and their ethos and the way they stand on things. This pale in particular, the brewery was made in 1980. I think this is one of the first beers they produced. They are probably one of the first brewing companies, I want to say, who properly use Cascade hops. One of the first ones to really influence it and make this kind of American pale ale style. So I'm really intrigued. Kind of this is genesis almost for kind of the pale ale, the American style pale ales. I'm really looking forward to this. They've also got all the ingredients listed on the website, and I thought it was quite interesting. They use 2-row pale and also some caramel malts in this, so it should have a kind of nice, sweet, obviously caramelly malt body in the back. They use Magnum and Pearl bittering hops, which are quite subdued, and as such, it's only 38 IBU, International Bitterness Units. I can't remember the phrase right now. Anyway, so it's not going to be too not going to be too bitter even, and then they're using Cascade to finish it as like a finishing aroma hop, and also a little bit of extra bitterness as well. So without further ado, let's crack it on open. Oh God, I've got to get a better bottle opener. I'm terrible at opening it. Pour it out into the glass. There we are. Oh, perfect. That's one of the best pours I think I've ever done. There you go. It's got just about a 2-finger head on it. It's a wonderful and clear gold and amber colour. It's really lovely. It's got a slightly tiny little bit of red tinge to it, but it's, I'd say that's a very traditional looking pale ale. Loads of carbonation, as you can probably tell. It's bubbling away like crazy. It is sticking to the size of the glass a little bit. We'll see better as we go along. So it's lacing quite well, and it's a big, foamy, quite spongy head on that. Right, pop my nose in, get a smell. Oh, it's a glorious smell. You know, they say they're using Cascade as a finishing hop here, and you can really smell the Cascade in this. All those grapefruity, citrusy notes coming through. It does, it is a really quite typical grapefruit smell, because it does all tiny little bit sour, like it's a little bit, you know, obviously a little bit lemony but sweet at the same time. And it's a really unctuous smell. I can also smell yeast in there as well, which I like. I like the smell of yeast. I like the taste of yeast as well, and I'm quite enjoying that. It's a nice aroma, and I will also mention that I can smell caramelly hops. Nice caramelly hops going on. Oh, can you see that? There's an unusual bubble formed on the side of my glass. Pop that. I can smell caramel in it as well. So overall, it's smelling like a really nice and well balanced beer. So without further ado, let's get on in there. Yeah, that's a really, I really enjoy this. This is a really nice beer. It's first impressions. It's wonderfully balanced. There is a real nice malt body that kind of maintains and continues through the entire process of taste. It's still here even in a bit of the aftertaste. There's a lovely bitterness. It's definitely not overpronounced, and it's certainly not too subdued. Really nice. And again, that seems to be constant across my entire palate, and it's sticking away in the aftertaste as well. It's really lovely. And as for hop flavour, it feels very fresh. It does feel very fresh. It feels really vibrant in flavour. It's definitely really present and full on. Is the best way I can describe it. And it's very typical grapefruit flavours coming through. Really vibrant. It's full of punchy, hoppy flavour, but at the same time a wonderful, nice, deep and rich malt backbone. I mean, pale ales are by the nature very balanced, but this is really, I genuinely mean it's a really lovely beer. It just seems to have a nice, fantastic balance about it, and fantastic drinkability. I could really find myself just gulping this away. It's 5.6, so it's pretty much just about within sessionable limits, and I could easily gulp this away. It just doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels very light. It feels lovely and wet and refreshing. I'm really enjoying it. I thought I picked it up, and like I said, it's everywhere. Sierra Nevada, everywhere. I've seen it in pretty much every beer aisle in every supermarket across the country. And I've never really gone for it because I tend to try and find something weird and wacky in these kind of 97% beers that are going to blow your palate off. But I love sitting down and getting a really nice, a lovely best bitter, from Yorkshire, or a London stout, or an American classic pale ale, and it's lovely. It's really enjoyable. It's fantastic as compared to other beers in its style. This is just a leading light. It really is. It's just everything that I want to find in a pale ale, and it's lovely. It really is. This is an 8.5. Let's go for an 8.5 because I feel very strongly confident this is a fantastic beer for its style. Plenty of headway for something that's going to knock me out in the pale ale styles, but also it's a strong, solid beer, and it's lovely. I'm really enjoying this. Yeah, it's genuinely lovely. It's really nice. Go out and give it a shot. It's not particularly expensive at all. It's everywhere. Their ethos in the company is pretty funky. They love natural ingredients and organic styles of developing beer. They've got some more interesting styles out there as well. But for a standard pale ale that you can find anywhere, you cannot go wrong with this. I think this is lovely, and I'll definitely have it again and again and again. So thank you ever so much. Like, comment, favourite, subscribe, all of the above. Tell me what you want me to see. Tell me your opinions on the beer. I should catch you all next time. Until then, I'm going to finish this wonderful, sparkling, lovely, balanced beer. Thanks, guys.